Supply chain. You can have the greenest factory in the world. You can have solar panels on the roof and zero waste on the floor. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If the raw materials entering your loading dock are coming from a polluter, your sustainability claim is effectively worthless. For the modern manufacturer, the supply chain is the iceberg, and your factory is just the tip that everyone sees. The massive invisible bulk below the water, your suppliers and their suppliers, is where 80% to 90% of your environmental impact actually lives. And this is no longer just about doing the right thing, it's about survival. New laws, especially in Europe and North America, are holding companies legally responsible for their supply chains. If your supplier uses forced labor or illegal deforestation, you get fined. If your supplier has a massive carbon footprint, your product gets taxed at the border. So the days of saying I didn't know are over. But how do you police a network that spans 3 continents and hundreds of vendors? To answer that, we created the Supply Chain Sustainability Assessment. As you'll notice on the Learning Hub, we have tagged this as an advanced guide. It is a dense read. We made it rigorous because supply chain management is the hardest part of the job. It's messy, it's opaque, and it requires serious tools. This guide moves beyond simple questionnaires. It gives you a framework to actually audit your vendors. It teaches you how to map your Tier 1 and Tier 2 suppliers so you can see where the risks are hiding. It provides templates for a supplier code of conduct, contractual language that forces your vendors to meet your standards if they want to keep your business. It even covers the digital tools you can use to track transparency in real time. Why go through this effort? Because your supply chain is your biggest lever for change. When you demand better standards, you force the entire industry to upgrade. And from a business perspective, a sustainable supply chain is a resilient one. It is less likely to be disrupted by climate disasters or regulatory shutdowns. At Trade My Carbon, we see that the companies winning the biggest contracts today are the ones who can guarantee a clean chain of custody. When you can prove to a global buyer that your product is clean from the mine to the market, you are in a league of your own. So stop ignoring the risk at your loading dock. Head over to Trade My Carbon Learning Hub, go to the supply chain category and read the assessment guide. Secure your network, protect your brand. Thanks for listening.